Dear spectators, on behalf of the International Judo Federation of France, and from all our sponsors, welcome to the final block of Paris Grand Slam 2018.
Mesdames et messieurs, la Fédération internationale de judo, la Fédération française de judo et l'ensemble de leurs partenaires vous souhaitent la bienvenue sur ce bloc final de la première journée du Paris Grand Slam 2018. Attention, dans 10 secondes, 9, 8...
Well, a big welcome to the final block on this opening day of the Paris Grand Slam. We're in the Accor Hotel's arena. It may be snowing outside, or at least very wintry conditions, but it's nice and warm, with plenty of action to come in this final block. The first of the bronze medal contests in the under 48 kilo category features Munkbat Uransetsek, the former world champion, against the current world champion Tanaki Funa of Japan. It'll be Munkbat in the white judogi, Tanaki in blue, and it was Munkbat who fell in the quarterfinal to Kang Yu-jong of the Republic of Korea. Tanaki Funa fell to the Ukrainian wonderkid, Daria Biladid. Well, we'll see Biladid and Kang later on, but for the time being, we're going to concentrate on Tanaki Funa and Munkbat Uransetsek. There is the Mongolian, as I said, former world champion, managing to hold her weight really well now. She went through a period where it was quite difficult and she struggled, but she's got that under control now. And the referee in the middle for this one is Gostiny Balas of Hungary. Munkbat in the white judogi, Tanaki in blue. Huge disappointment for Tanaki in not being able to make it to the final, and a bit of a surprise for a lot of people that she went tumbling over in such spectacular fashion to Daria Biladid. A few of us here who were not surprised, but I think many people would have been. She just manages to get things right, does Biladid. And Tanaki was on the receiving end of quite a thumping in that semi-final. Got thrown for Ippon. I can't imagine that happened quite a lot in her career. Anyway, the opening few seconds out of the way. Both fighters just searching for a grip. And it's Munkbat who has a slightly more advantageous grip. Just got that right lapel, just searching for the left hand on the sleeve now. When she settles on there, then we'll see what she's got to offer up. Looking to go right-sided, but it's Tanaki who slightly untidily looks to attack on the left side, but it's more to do with getting away from the strong grip of Munkbat than putting in a genuine attack. And now it's the Mongolian who has a chance to work on the ground, and she's pretty good in the near-waza, and it was Biladid who almost caught Tanaki early on. She won't want to get wrapped up again. Maybe she's still getting used to the idea of being pushed to the limit, despite the fact that she's got the red back patch on. That denotes that she's the current world champion. You get it for a year, or in that one year when we don't have a World Championships. That's 2020. We won't have a World Championships in 2020, so whomsoever it is will wear it for that year and then the year after, I suppose, after the Games in 2021. A nice long stretch. Munkbat picked up the penalty there. Tanaki was still standing up in Tachiwaza, so she can throw. Yoko Sitemi was her effort from Munkbat, just going off to the right, but she doesn't catch Tanaki. Still that single Shiro. There's the little side sacrifice effort. Looked better from the other side, actually. There was really no threat there to Tanaki. She had that well covered. And rather untidily, a second penalty picked up by Munkbat now, this time for wandering out of the area. Ueno Yoshia, the coach in the chair for Tanaki, the former world champion, Olympic bronze medalist. What a fighter she was at 63 kilos. Just got the timing wrong with the Olympic Games. That was the only problem for her. A double world champion, but by the time it came to London, she was a year off, maybe a year and a half off. And it was Ushka Zolnia who got the top prize there. Shuli Lee ended up with the silver, and then it was Ueno, and it escapes me who was the fourth person on the podium, for the time being anyway. Probably remember in a minute. Baljim Yam is the coach in the chair for Munkbat. There's another effort, slightly better one this time, just again ending up with Tanaki on her front rather than on the side or the back. Those are the scoring areas, and Tanaki goes left-sided this time, but Munkbat's able to crush that pretty quickly. Could have been Gevry Zeman, I think about it, the French fighter. Seem to remember that lineup. Last few seconds of normal time. If they can't settle it in normal time, then there'll be a period of golden score. And we're going to get that now. So Tanaki really being made to work hard here. First losing out to Bilidid, as I say. She defeated Bilidid's teammate, Marina Cherniak, in the quarterfinal. And then Melody Vaugani of France in round two. She had a bye in round one, did Tanaki, as did Munkbat. But it's this is the point where you really, as a top-class fighter, you really don't want to lose this one. The very least you can do is to come away with a medal. A bronze medal, well, maybe you won't feel that badly if you manage to take a medal. Just a little bit of a puff and a blow from Munkbat there. Maybe she's just trying to give the impression that she's not as tired as she is, but definitely heaving under that judogi, breathing heavily. So Tanaki must have had a short break in order to tidy up a bit of blood or something. She's back on the mat now, and Munkbat with the right arm going around the waist and looking to put pressure on right from the get-go. Uchigari with the right leg. Tanaki again going over on the left side. She hasn't had the opportunity to get involved where she's been the aggressor in Newaza. It's been Munkbat, who just stands up there holding her right arm, just grimacing a little bit. Can't be that bad, because she just threw it right over the back of Tanaki there. The first thing that she did was to use the right arm, so it can't be that bad. Again, left-sided effort from Tanaki, but it was a poor one. And now it's Munkbat's turn to get untidy with the effort on the arm, and Tanaki immediately saying, hey, that can't be right. The attempted throwing technique was putting pressure on my arm, but the referee has already called Hajime and they continued. Chance to work on the arm, but it's missed. And Munkbat using the legs to try and keep Tanaki out. She manages to do that and turn on to her front and avoid getting caught up on the ground. Minute of golden score already, and it's another whack that Tanaki takes, and she immediately holds a hand to her mouth and tries to stop the bleeding, but I think it's quite a cut there on the lip. That is a look at the Japanese coach, Ueno Yoshie. Comes from a judo family. 3 sisters, I think. Masae. I'm trying to think who the third Ueno sister was. They were all around at the same time as well. All very strong and successful. In fact, if truth be told, Yoshie was not the most successful in the family. Can you believe it? Well, Munkbat's going to have to wait for a little while before her opponent comes back to the mat. Tomoe was the other one. 2 gentlemen in the middle of the screen there on the left. Jean-Luc Rouget, the president of the French Judo Federation. He received the Légion d'Honneur of France just recently, one of the highest honors that France can bestow. And on the right-hand side, it was Marius Wiese, the president of the International Judo Federation. Just have a look and see what Tomoe did as far as a record was concerned. It was Asian champion. She was the younger of the 3, but it was Ueno Masae, who was the more successful of the Ueno sisters. Double Olympic champion, double world champion, and it's a surprise really that she's not in the IJF Hall of Fame. Maybe that's an upcoming suggestion. Don't have many double Olympic champions, male or female, and but not happy with a grip that Tanaki Funa had on there. Maybe the referee just wants to check to see whether he's going to dish out this penalty or not. Oh, one of the strangest endings there, win by Ippon. Okay. Munkbat steps off the mat having won that one. Must have missed how that happened. Right, Munkbat Oransetseg takes that bronze medal, and on the other side it was Marina Cherniak of Ukraine who won out against Yulia Figueroa of Spain. It'll mean that Ukraine will have 2 medal winners on the podium.
Dear spectators, it's time for the final for the women under 48 kg.
Mesdames et messieurs, il est temps maintenant d'assister à la finale féminine moins de 48 kilos.
Please welcome the referee and the judoka.
Veuillez accueillir l'arbitre pour l'Italie, Roberta Giulia.
Finale, moins de 48 kilos, en judo bleu pour l'Ukraine, la championne d'Europe, Daria Milodine. Et en blanc pour la Corée, celle qui a remporté le Grand Prix d'Europe 2017, Kang Yoo-jeong.
Dear friends, please welcome the finalists.
Veuillez applaudir les finalistes.
Gold medalist in blue for Ukraine.
Médaille d'or en bleu pour l'Ukraine, Daria Milodine.
Congratulations, this is first gold medal for Daria Milodine in the Grand Slam.
Il s'agira de sa première médaille d'or lors d'un grand slam.
Dear spectators, you can see the highlights of this final on the screen.
Voilà, vous aviez là les ralentis sur la finale.
We come now to the bronze medal contest in the under 60 kilo category. Ashley Mackenzie of Great Britain faces Felipe Pelim of Brazil. That'll be Mackenzie in the white judogi, Pelim in blue. I'm not sure why it says no head-to-head there. There have been two matchups between this pair. Veli-Matti Karinkanta of Finland is the referee in the middle for this one. And Mackenzie's lost to Pelim twice. Once at the Grand Prix in Cancun and once at the Grand Prix in Dusseldorf, both last year. But he's got a good record against the Brazilians overall. He's beaten Takabatake on a couple of occasions, Kuwabara, Diego Santos he's beaten, and the Olympic bronze medalist Felipe Kitadai as well. He's done him up, so it's not a Brazilian thing, it's just a Felipe Pelim thing. He's got to get past him on this occasion. We'll see how he goes. Number 15 in the world, and against number 17. So nothing really between them. We'll see how this pans out. It's Pelim who looks slightly more defensive and backing off slightly. Mackenzie takes him over immediately, and that's Ippon on his back. Left low Toshi. That's what you want from an Ippon. You've got to put him on his back. And that's where Pelim ended up. It was a slight stumble. Low, left-sided, Ippon, done. 2-1. Yeah, he's happy because girlfriend and baby are in the stadium. I think girlfriend is watching on. Baby doesn't know what's going on. She's only a couple of months old. But he's a new dad and he's absolutely delighted. Maybe slightly stunned. He's looking to see where the winners go. It's a new feeling for him. he's looking around for the family to give him a wave. Absolutely terrific. I'm pleased for him because he's the kind of fighter that questions himself. You know, anytime he suffers a defeat, he won't have to worry about that today. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, it wasn't finished. You know, the placing of his opponent on his back doesn't start here. He's still going through the throw phase here. This is the finish of the throw, and that is flat on his back. So don't look at when Pelim's knee goes down. Pelim's knee goes down and the shirt goes down there, but that's not the finish of the throw. The finish of the throw comes later, and he puts him flat on his back. That's it, one. Good one.
This is the victory of Ashley Mackenzie, Great Britain. His third medal in Grand Slam.
C'est la troisième médaille en Grand Slam pour Mackenzie.
And now, dear spectators, welcome to the final for men under 60 kilos.
Et maintenant, la finale de la catégorie masculine moins de 60 kilos.
Welcome the referee from Egypt, Mr. Khaled Ambarali. And now, dear spectators, please welcome the finalists. In blue judogi, representing Uzbekistan, bronze medalist at St. Petersburg Masters last year, Sharafuddin Lutfilayev. In white for Japan, 2016 Paris Grand Slam gold medalist, Shishime Toru.
Médaille d'or en blanc pour le Japon, Judo.
This is first gold medal for Shishime Toro, Japan.
Il s'agira de sa première médaille d'or en bronze châle.
Let's a look at the gold medal winner, and that's the silver medalist. Unfortunately for Sharafuddin Lutfilayev, he picked up an injury, a shoulder injury. Just tries to put his hand down here.
Mesdames et messieurs, nous allons maintenant assister à la première cérémonie de remise de récompense, catégorie féminine.
And then he went over a second time. That time he gave up his score, but the second time he went over, he picked up an injury and lost out. It was Shishime Toru ended up winning. Right, we're about ready for the awarding ceremony in the under 48 kilo category. And the bronze medals go first of all to Marina Cherniak of Ukraine and to Munkbat Urantsetseg of Mongolia. The silver medal goes to Kang Yu-jong of the Republic of Korea. The gold medal goes to Daria Biladid of Ukraine.
The prize money will be presented by Vice President of the French Judo Federation.
Les prix sont remis par le vice-président de la Fédération française de judo, M. Jean-René Girardot.
What a moment for Daria Bilodid. Already number 9 in the world. Well, that's going to change.
Les fleurs sont remises par le vice-président de la Fédération française de judo, M. Jean-Pierre Tripet.
She's only ever fought in one Grand Slam. This is it. And this Paris Grand Slam was the first Grand Slam she entered, and she won it, throwing the world champion Tanaki Funa for Ippon in the process.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Ukraine.
Mesdames et messieurs, veuillez vous lever pour l'hymne national de l'Ukraine.
There's an American saying that says, "Go figure." And now the national anthem of Ukraine.
Thank you very much. Now, take a picture with your English and Judo.
Mesdames et messieurs, merci beaucoup. Et maintenant, la photo de famille avec les médaillés.
2 Ukrainians made it to the podium. One of them looks as though she's about to cry. And it's not Bilodid. But Cheniak is a kind of emotional young woman. Anyway, Cheniak and Munkbat picked up bronze medals. Kang the silver, Bilodid the gold medal. 2,000 points, I think that is. And some cash. Quite a lot of cash. I bet Mum's there to pick up the money on the way out, you know. I'll have that. Thanks very much.
Next contests are bronze medal contests for women under 52 kilo.
Right, we come next to the bronze medal contest in the under 52 kilo category. Astrid Netto of France faces Charlene Van Snick of Belgium. It'll be Netto in the white judogi, Van Snick in blue. There you go, 23 and 11. A little bit of an age difference.
Sur le tapis, numéro 2, place de 3e en bleu pour la Belgique. La médaillée de bronze des Jeux Olympiques de Londres, Charlene Van Snick. Et pour la France, celle qui a gagné le Grand Slam de Bakou 2016, Astrid Diego.
The referee in the middle for this one is from Uzbekistan. It's Vyacheslav Piretayiko. There you go. If I'm not mistaken, France are looking... oh no, Cedric Revol won a bronze medal in the under 60 kilo category for France. So this will be medal number 2 if Neto can get past Van Snick. Tall order. Penalty picked up by Van Snick for that false attack. Strong right-sided effort, low down on the right-hand side with that Seoinage. It doesn't come off. Half a minute gone. It's normally Van Snick who has the flash of blonde, bleach blonde hair, but Neto's trumped her on this occasion. Sangaku effort now from Neto, but she decides to bail out on that one. And a second penalty picked up by Van Snick. This one's not going to go the distance, is it? Already 2 penalties on the board. Neto's got to be careful here. Don't get thrown. Keep up a good rate of attacks. You'll take it, because sooner or later, Van Snick will inevitably commit an error. Yeah, Neto hasn't had to do a great deal so far. It's just Van Snick making a couple of errors and gifting the advantage to the French fighter. Nice strong arms from Neto as well. She gives the impression of being positive, but if you look at the arms, just keeping Van Snick at bay here. Temi was her effort from Van Snick, but Neto dealt with that fairly easily. Was never really under any threat from that. So inside the last 2 minutes. Well, there's only one way for Van Snick to deal with this. One, she can't rest because she can't afford another passivity penalty. Can't afford any weak attacks because she's already picked up a penalty for a false attack, and she flirts with the idea of a Temi was there, and it's not a very strong attack. Just manages to get Neto defending it, and it's Neto having to defend against that attack that let the referee at least have the impression that it was a strong enough attack to count as an attack, but she really is running a risk here. Neto picks up a penalty, but it will be for passivity because she hasn't really done a great deal. A little over a minute left to go. Neto could really make things difficult for Van Snick by stepping up the rate of her own attacks here. Put a bit of pressure on the Belgian fighter. She's done well to stay in the contest this long, has Van Snick, because remember it was at a minute she'd already picked up her second penalty. She had 3 minutes to go, almost caught her with the Tanio Toshi there. Would have had to have stepped around the back in order to bring that off, but it was there. The opportunity went begging. 40 odd seconds left to go. Really needs to step things up, Neto, here, and put the pressure on. Still, you can see how long those arms look. She's got her arms stretched as far as she can to try and keep Van Snick at bay. Whoops, it's all over. That set up from the referee it's all over. She stepped out of the competition area and she picked up a penalty. So Astrid Netto, without being asked to do a thing, really ends up as the bronze medal winner. It'll be a bit of a challenge for our TV crew to come up with some highlights there, but we shall see. Netto of France takes the bronze medal, and the Accor Hotels Arena crowd in Bercy are still perfectly happy with that. No problems for them.
Et sur conséquent, les ralentis de ces deux classes de troisième.
Et maintenant, la finale de la catégorie féminine moins de 52 kilos. Bienvenue à l'arbitre représentant le Mexique, Everardo Garcia. And now, dear spectators, please welcome the judoka. Et maintenant, sous vos applaudissements, bienvenue aux finalistes. En judogi bleu, représentant le Japon, la championne du monde junior, Abe Uta. Et en judogi blanc, pour la France, celle qui a été médaillée d'argent au championnat d'Europe, troisième sur les championnats du monde, Amandine Bouchard.
Well, here we go with the final of the under 52 kilo category. Amandine Bouchard of France faces Abe Uta of Japan. It's Bouchard in the white judogi, Abe in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Everardo Garcia of Mexico. Looking to go over on the right side there, but Abe had that covered. Number 3 in the world is Bouchard, number 12, Abe. A little bit of a gap there, but Abe's going to demonstrate how easily that gap can be closed, no doubt. Real handful. There's Abe looking to go over on the right. There. Japanese will be a little bit disappointed in having only one shot at the medal here. Tsunoda Natsumi already having lost to Kosovo's Distria Krasniki in a bronze medal contest early on, so there'll only be one Japanese on the podium. They would have liked to have had a second. It's a French team who's going to beat them out because Netto has already picked up a bronze, having defeated Charlene van Snick, and irrespective of what happens here, Bouchard is going to be on the podium, so more joy for the French. Two things that they like. One, they like winning. The second thing is they like beating the Japanese. So They could get both here. Uchimata right-sided from Abe. She manages to lift the leg, but Bouchard ends up flat on the front, and there's no score. Bouchard doesn't quite avoid coming off second best. There she picks up a penalty for passivity. There's plenty of time, however, well over a minute and a half left to go. Yeah, there wasn't anything to write home about there, was there? She tried it again, right-sided. Not getting the top half of the body where she would like. She's just flashing at the leg, and it's not quite enough. Still just that single Judo against Bouchard, and there's another flash at the leg from Abe. And if she's going to do that and unsettle Bouchard, then she's got to be very, very quick when Bouchard goes to ground to try and follow it up with some... There was a second penalty picked up by Bouchard there, and there's a little over a minute left to go. Well, I'm not at all sure that Abe is, you know, really trying to throw her here. She just wants to unsettle her, follow it up with the odd attack here or there, and that appears to be enough for her. Half a minute left to go. Bouchard at a disadvantage here, having picked up 2 penalties. She's put that right arm over and left it there. She's attacked once, still left it hanging over there. Goes over on the left side this time. Low with that Sode Tsurikomi Goshi, but doesn't really trouble Abe. Just trying to get the referee on her side as far as the number of attacks are concerned. Make him at least feel that she's the more aggressive of the two. Well, she might be aggressive, but she's not necessarily the stronger of the pair. Abe looks a little, I don't know, slight. She gave a good pull there and had Bouchard coming down onto her front, as if to say, well, I'm not going to be pulled around. You do that just as well as you can. Stronger grip now from Abe. Come up with the Ojigari, can she? Or is she going to get turned? No. Ojigari, then Uchimata, the turn into that, but she couldn't pull that off. And for once, Bouchard slow to get to her feet now, so Abe with a bit of impetus behind her. Let's see if she can finish off here. A lunge with the right arm, and then didn't like the attack and bailed out of it. Almost got turned. It was a weak effort from Abe. It was an untidy entry, and she almost paid the price for it with Bouchard turning her left-sided. Lack of concentration there from Abe. First time that she's been untidy. Almost countered. Osodagari to Osodagari. You can see Autumn Pavia in the background. He's just off to Ueno's left. Not competing here after having just recently had a little girl, her and Ashley McKenzie. Over on the right side again, Bouchard, but there's a little bit of protection in there as well. There's the attack, but she's also protecting herself. It's not a full-blooded attack. Beginning to tire now, visibly, Bouchard, and maybe this is the point at which Abe will come up with something. Well, the crowd give a big cheer, but it was a desperate effort with the leg. And again, she's slow to get to her feet, which only results in the crowd giving her a bigger cheer and maybe a bit of a push. That's the advantage you have when you've got, what, 15,000 maybe in here. It's not packed. And Autumn Pavia in the background shouting out a big cheer for Bouchard, but it's Abe who steps up the attacks. Good contest. I think this is the best golden score that we've seen today. Chance on the ground, but Abe decides that he's not going to attack. Yeah, she's definitely struggling now. Finding it harder and harder to get back to her feet. Abe is always up there, ready to go, bouncing up and down, attacking on the right side. Well, I hope they're not going to stop it here. One more cycle. Just give it one more go. But it looks as though they've decided that they've seen enough. And Abe Uta of Japan is going to take this one. Well, disappointment for the French crowd, but they can't argue.
Gold medalist in blue for Japan. Médaille d'or en bleu pour le Japon, Abe Uta. Et Amandine Bouchard, médaille d'argent.
Right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from this one.
Uta from Japan, this is second gold medal in a Grand Slam.
Et pour Abe Uta, c'est la deuxième médaille d'or dans un Grand Slam.
Dear friends, you can see the highlights of this final on the screen. Ladies and gentlemen, the awarding ceremony for men under 60 kg.
Et maintenant, cérémonie de remise de récompense, catégorie masculine moins de 60 kg.
The medals will be presented by General Secretary of the International Judo Federation and President of the French Judo Federation.
Les médailles vont être remises par le secrétaire général de la Fédération internationale de judo.
Right, we've got the awarding ceremony for the men in the under 60 kilo category. The medals are going to be presented by the president of the French Judo Federation, Mr. Jean-Luc Rouget. And the first of the bronze medal goes to Cédric Revol of France and to Ashley McKenzie of Great Britain. Sharafuddin Lutfilayev of Uzbekistan isn't attending the medal ceremony. He's having his injury.
The prize money will be presented by Vice President of the French Judo Federation.
Les prix vont être remis par le vice-président de la Fédération française de judo, M. Philippe Merlin.
And the flowers will be presented by Vice President of the French Judo Federation.
Les fleurs seront remises par le vice-président de la Fédération française de judo, Monsieur Didier Rousseau.
Dear spectators, please rise for the national anthem of Japan.
Mesdames et messieurs, veuillez vous lever pour l'hymne national du Japon.
Thank you very much. Now, family picture with VIPs and judoka.
Merci beaucoup et maintenant la photo de famille avec les médaillés et les officiels.
Dear spectators, we continue with bronze medal contest for men under 66 kilos.
Et nous allons maintenant continuer avec les places de troisième dans la catégorie masculine des moins de 66 kilos.
So please welcome the referees and now welcome the judoka.
Veuillez applaudir les arbitres et veuillez applaudir l'arrivée des judokas.
Let them make 3 bronze medal contest, men under 66 kilos.
Sur le tapis numéro 3, place de troisième, catégorie moins de 66 kilos.
In blue for Japan, bronze medalist at 2017 Paris Grand Slam, Isoda Norihito. And in white for Algeria, 2017 African champion, Houd Zulkani.
Sur le tapis numéro 2, place de troisième, en bleu représentant la France, déjà médaillé de bronze ici même en 2016, Kylian Leblouc. En blanc pour l'Allemagne, Sébastien Seiler.
Everybody, come up your hands.
Veuillez applaudir les judokas. Capitaine, golden score. Médaillé de bronze en blanc pour l'Allemagne, Sébastien Seidel.
And on mat 3, bronze medalist for Isoda Norihito, Japan. Dear friends, you can see the highlights on the screen.
Les ralentis de ces deux places de troisième sur vos écrans.
Well, we come now to the final of the under 66 kilo category. An Baol of the Republic of Korea faces Maruyama Joshiro of Japan. They've been up against each other on 2 occasions in the past, and they've split that 1 win apiece. Isoda Seidel, Nurilaev and Basu were down by An. Lebluk, Zordani, Zantaraya and Azema fell to Maruyama. That was their path to the final. The referee in the middle for this one is Vasily Smolin of Russia. Vasily Smolin Jr. Right, there they are, the 2 fighters. Flashing lights and some sparklers going on in the background, if you like that sort of thing. Don't worry about that score, but that's in preparation for the next round of contests. This is the under 66 kilo category gold medal contest that you're watching. And there's a nice shot of the Accor Hotels arena here in Bercy. A very snowy Bercy, all of Paris and much of northern France blanketed in snow. Some places were really snowed in. Not that bad here, but there was enough of it to make it both attractive and slightly annoying, difficult to get around, of course. Very few cities are built and prepared for the kind of snowfall the French had just recently. Anyway, we're inside, so it doesn't really matter, and our hotel is in walking distance. little shape there of Ippon Seoinage from Anbao, left-sided. Maruyama was a good long way away from him, so it wasn't really a threat. Well, with the head-to-head being 1-1, you would imagine that this would be fairly watchful, both fighters having suffered a loss. Maruyama looking to go over on the left side there, didn't really set himself for that before he launched. And this time it's An who doesn't really set himself in. He does the typical Korean low left-sided, just throw in any old attack, just to make sure that the referee doesn't call you for being passive. That was a slightly stronger one. That will count. And the result of that, those few efforts from An, is that Maruyama has picked up a passivity penalty. He doesn't look best pleased about it either. He grimaced on his face there as if he's saying, you just fell for that one. Left Uchimata that has An hopping off it, just about hopping off it. He gets that right and An's going to fly. Who was it that caught An earlier on then? No one. It was An Chang-rim that got caught, not An Baol. Yeah, that's right. An Chang-rim was caught by Shavdatuashvili. So this particular An hasn't flown today. There's still time. There's a minute and a half left. Maruyama may yet catch him. Again, it's not the strongest of efforts. He just about manages to stay on the right side of a valid attack. The effort in the top half of the body was strong enough. I thought the feet demonstrated that he didn't really want to be there. He's not looking, you know, at a genuine throwing effort. Just put in an attack and stay safe. Make sure that you go to ground. Maruyama's going to pick up a penalty. Well, you know, it just goes to show that Smolin must have been keeping a check, because he's given that penalty after An came up with that attack that I was saying wasn't that strong. So it didn't count for him. He didn't give it as a false attack, but never conned him into thinking that it was a full-blooded effort. Okay. Half a minute left to go. That's not that different, is it? You know, the top half begins to turn him, but he's already got the safety valve of going to his knees there. And he's not the only Korean who employs that particular type of effort. Got to put in an attack, they know that, and they want to make sure that when they do, they minimize the chance of being countered, and that's why they throw in that little low effort. Golden score is going to be needed to separate these two. And we're underway already. Left-sided effort from Maruyama. He's only had An up with that left-sided Uchimata once and threatening the Korean, but after that, An's been reasonably safe, to be honest. crowd trying to get into it and raise the spirits of both fighters. See if they can produce a nice finish. Yeah. It's been a very cagey battle between this pair. So he gets into a nice position, especially the top half of the body, and he manages to get a good turn, but it's the drive that you need to complete the technique, and that comes from getting into a very, very strong, committed position, and it's not as strong and not as committed as he could be, because when you do that, you have to open up. Your effort is going into the throw and not into conserving some part of that effort into being able to defend. That's what Anne has been doing for most of those attacks. He's always holding something back so that he's able to defend against the possible counter or the failed attack from which Maruyama is then able to take advantage and attack him on the ground. Little Ashiwaza brings Maruyama down onto his front, but there's no score. That's a minute and 52 seconds of golden score, already gone almost 2 minutes then of the golden score period, having had 4 in regulation time. Just lost contact with the hands. That was a better position and slightly different effort. Well, the only thing I can think of here is that they're going to say that Maruyama is off the pace and has picked up a 3rd penalty, which he does. He's not happy about it, but as I said earlier on, the referee just recording what happens in the contest, and the record says you haven't been attacking. And there's a penalty for that, irrespective of whether it's the final or how long you've been fighting. Anne Bowell is the gold medal winner. The silver goes to Maruyama. Let's have a look at some of the highlights.
Dear spectators, the highlights of this final on the screen.
Et voici les images au ralenti de cette finale.
We've got the awarding ceremony for the women in the under 52 kilo category.
The medals will be presented by Vice President of CNN in the Americas, Miss Corina Keller. Bronze medalists are representing Kosovo, Istria, Krasniki.
Right, the bronze medals go first of all to Istria Krasniki of Kosovo, and to Astrid Neto of France. The silver medal also goes to France, and it's Amandine Bouchard who picks that up. But the gold medal goes to Abe Uta of Japan.
Les prix sont remis par le président de la société PCI, partenaire de la Fédération française de judo, M. Philippe Bailly.
And the flowers will be presented by the President of the French Table Tennis Federation.
Les fleurs sont remises par le président de la Fédération française de tennis de table, M. Christian Palierne.
Yeah, it was a tough final, Abe and Bouchard, but I think it went the right way, just shading her out the end. Abe Uta. And now the national anthem of Japan.
Thank you very much. Now, family picture with VIPs and Judo.
Et maintenant, la photo de famille avec les médaillés et les officiels.
Right, the bronze medals went to Krasnicki and Neto, the silver to Bouchard, the gold to Abe. We've got the bronze medal contest in the under 57 kilo category coming up next. And that'll feature Kim Ji-soo of the Republic of Korea. She faces Helene Rossavaux of France. It'll be Kim in the white judogi, Rossavaux in blue. And I've been impressed with Kim. She's looked good today. Rossavaux has fought Kim on 3 previous occasions, but it's a different Kim. So the head-to-head's quite right there. Don't get confused. She had to battle against Kim Chun-dee, Kim's teammate, but that's by the by. Frank Wolf of Germany is on the adjoining mat, actually. It's Turbat Engsetseg of Mongolia who's in charge of this one. He's thrown by that long shot, and I saw Wolf on the adjoining mat. Turbat Engsetseg of Mongolia is taking control of this one. There is Rossavaux. And there's a look at Kim. Kim is dangerous enough to cause Rossavaux some problems here. Number 3 in the world is Helene Rossavaux. You have to go down to number 64 in the world before you come up to Kim Ji-soo. So there's a bit of a gap there. Whether that will show up here, we shall see. Chance for Rossavaux to work something on the ground here. Kim having to defend against the turnover and the attempted shimiwaza. Just though she's got the shimiwaza defended. There's a second stab at it here. Slightly stronger with the arm around the leg, but she's not having the desired effect. The referee calls Mate. Kim's back up on her feet, having survived that effort from the French champion Hélène Recevaux. Former French champion watching on in the background, Autumn Pavia. She'll be back in a few months' time. No scorers yet. Kim looking to make something happen there. Being a little bit inventive, or speculative anyway. Minute 40 odd left to go. Well, a dangerous time now for Hélène Recevaux as Kim decides to step up the pace a little bit. Doesn't want her head to be there, Kim. Recevaux with the advantage, the stronger of the grips. Really needs to try and break that up if she can. Referee called Mate and allowed Kim to gather herself there. The gi coming up over the head and making it difficult. So the referee called Mate. Right-sided effort from Recevaux, countered then on the left by Kim. Odd seconds left to go. Still that single Judo against Recevaux. If it stays like that, it won't really trouble the French fighter, but if she should pick up a second penalty, that will make things a little bit awkward. "17 seconds left to go. Time ticking away pretty quickly here. Well, it's difficult to predict which of these fighters is going to come up with a score. Neither of them have looked particularly explosive. Kim, you know, working hard. Recevaux, her usual tricky self, difficult to get past. Slightly desperate efforts there from Kim, and both of them left her in an awkward position. Again, there's the chance for applying the shimiwas. I'm not at all sure that it's there though. Kim indicating that she feels that that is against the face. You could try to stand up there. Don't get into that position. It's a hard one to fight against that shimiwaza. Try and avoid getting that situation to the point where you can't defend against it. Kim missed the opportunity to attempt the shimiwaza herself there. Could have given a little bit of payback. It's just about the right time for it to happen as well, when it's fresh in your mind. Managed to pick up a penalty along the way as well. So both fighters have been penalised once. Ojigari from the Korean, she tried on the left side. way too far away, and she saw that coming from last week, telegraphed that. Rossova had a gap that big between the pair of them by the time she came up with the attack. It was a poor effort. And again, it's just too clear. You can see that coming. Rossova picks up a penalty, however, despite the fact that it doesn't really matter how strong Kim's attacks are. If Rossova doesn't attack, then she's going to pick up a penalty. She may be dealing with the attacks well, but she's still got to put in attacks of her own, and that was a third one in a row. Rossova's got to be careful here. If Kim can come up with two more and there's no answer from Rossova, then there'll be problems for the French fighter. Well, this is where it gets interesting. Kim should have in her mind now that she has a slight advantage with the scoreboard in her favour, and she's been doing the majority of the attacking now. That last one was closer still. Now she's got to just rush at Rossova with a strong attack here. Can't afford for Rossova to come up first. Don't hang around. Make sure you get your attack in first. She does. Rossova looking to work on the arm. Good time to try and get that right leg off and stand up. Problems for Rossova here, really. Gets away with that one. Kim can really take this now. Good strong attack here. Kim will take it. Head up. That wasn't as strong as I was suggesting. Well, they've given Rossova plenty of leeway. Gotta go here. Just that little bit too far away, Kim, with her attacks. If they were closer and more threatening, she'd have taken this contest by now. Left arm needs to get that. Oh, she catches her on the way back. Complete opposite direction from where she'd been attacking on every occasion. Went in the other direction and over went Helene Rossova. Kim Ji-soo of the Republic of Korea takes that one.
Médaillé de bronze, en blanc pour la Corée, Kim Ji-soo.
And on mat 3, bronze medalist was Nicolas Davis from Great Britain.
Right, let's have a look at the highlights from this one, and then we'll be back with the final of the under 57 kilo category.
Et vous pouvez découvrir les images ralenties de ces classes de troisième sur vos écrans.
Dear spectators, you can see highlights on the screen.
Right, we come now to the final of the under 57 kilo category. Yoshida Tsukasa of Japan faces Krista Deguchi of Canada. It'll be Yoshida in the white judogi, Deguchi in blue, and when they come to the head-to-head, well, you can forget all about that because Deguchi had previously represented Japan. So there will have been plenty of heads-to-head in Japan. Hyun Suk-hee of the Republic of Korea is the referee in the middle for this one. Gets to referee a final. So, a week ago, Deguchi was winning the European Open. Picked up 100 points for that. This week, she could win the Paris Grand Slam and pick up a couple of thousand. World number 2, Yoshida Tsukasa, silver medalist at World Championships last year, lost out to Dotsurin Sumiao. Lost in the Masters as well to Dotsurin. She's probably had seen enough of Dotsurin now. Glad to have someone else in front of her. Well, Yoshida has been on with all the other Canadians, so why not? Oh, nice turn. Tsukeishi from Deguchi. Let's see if there was enough there to... Yeah, see, that would have been a Yuko in the past, and whatever was Yuko is now Wazari. Nice Tsukeishi from Krista Deguchi. See if he can keep Yoshida off. I was just saying that Yoshida had defeated all of the other Canadians who had fought at under 57. Stephanie Tremblay, she's moved up to 63. Catherine Beauchemin-Pinard, same there. Jessica Klimke is the other Canadian who's down there now. It'll be between Deguchi and Klimke. Have a look and see what Deguchi's defensive is like. Well, we know what she's like on the ground. She's pretty good herself. That was the Miss Uchimata, and Deguchi taking it over without a doubt. The Uchimata Tsukeishi. Oh, she comes back, however, with a score on the right side. Now she's putting on the pressure here. Onsenagi brings Deguchi down onto a side again. What would have been Yuko counts for Wazari now, so all things leveled up now. Little Oichigari effort from Yoshida, just making Deguchi spend a little bit of time on defending. Oh, could be a slip here. Oy. Well, they've given Wazari for the second score. Hyunseki has already, the first thing to do is to say, you want a replay. Somebody's told you, Wazari, in your ear, you know, give it. The replay sorted out. No. No. And I think the crowd are going to say the same thing too. Is the roll on the end? Yeah, that'll do. So at speed, I think it's different, but slow, it looked poor. Krista Deguchi, it's the second fairy tale story of the day. We've had one in the 48 kilo category with Dario Biladid for Ukraine, and Krista Deguchi, who jumped ship from Japan to go and fight in Canada, who had dreams about an Olympic medal, and when she had a dream, it was the Japanese flag that she saw going up. Well, that didn't work out, so she's gone over to Canada, and maybe she's having another dream now. Definitely the score from the Sakeshi, no doubt about that. And then for Yoshida, just about. Well, she doesn't stop. This is the thing. She doesn't stop that drive. Anyway, it's all academic now. The score was given. Krista Deguchi, gold medal winner in the under 57 kilo category. Come now to the awarding ceremony for the men in the under 66 kilo category. And the medals are being presented by the president of the European Judo Union, Mr. Sergei Soloveichik. The bronze medals go, first of all, to Isoda Norihito of Japan and to Sebastian Seidel of Germany. Silver medal goes to Maruyama Joshiro of Japan. The gold medal goes to An Bao of the Republic of Korea. Well, it was the Japanese who signed off on Deguchi and said, okay, if you want to go to Canada, go. And I wouldn't say it's come back to haunt them. It's certainly a bit of a slap in the face when one of your former athletes can come and give your number one a bit of a beating in a Grand Slam. Anyway, that's how that's worked out.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Japan.
Now the national anthem of Japan. Oh no, beg your pardon. I repeated exactly what the stadium announcer said. It's the national anthem of the Republic of Korea. And Bao spotted it, said, hey.
Thank you very much. Now, take a picture with your Miss and Judo.
La photo de famille avec les médaillés et les officiels.
Isoda and Seidel were the bronze medalists. Maruyama took the silver, and it was Anne Bell who walked away with the gold medal. And our apologies for any offence that we may have caused when we misidentified Bell momentarily earlier on. Luckily, we didn't get the anthem underway, so hopefully no harm done. But apologies anyway. Right, we are about to get underway with the bronze medal contest in the under 73 kilo category.
Future next contest are bronze medal contests for men under 73 kilo.
Igor Vanka of Germany faces Sendocher Sogbata of Mongolia. It's Vanka in the white judogi, Sendocher in blue. And the referee in the middle for this one is Vincent Drouot of France, refereed at the Olympic Games in Rio 2016. Seems like a while ago now.
Sur le tapis numéro 2, phase de troisième en bleu pour la Mongolie. Troisième du championnat d'Asie en 2016, Sendocher Sogbata. Et en blanc pour l'Allemagne, médaillé d'argent au concert d'Abu 2015, Igor Vanka.
Slap on the head and slap on the back from the German coach, Daniel Gershner, for his charge, Igor Vanka, as he takes to the tatami. And we're underway with this bronze medal contest. We thought about going over the right side there, did Igor Vanka, but the shape was right for the Yoko Otoshi, but maybe the top half of the body wasn't quite right in quite the right position. Didn't feel confident in executing that left-sided. He thought about going over for the Morote Seoinage, but the lower half of the body didn't get the feet moving. Vanka is in slightly stronger position here, despite that left arm around that side. He decided to go over on the other flank, as Neil Adams calls it, but I don't think that was the best bet. It didn't turn out to be a scoring opportunity with that Sutemi Waza anyway. But he's the man in the middle. He's the one that's got to make the decision and execute. So leave it up to him. He's got to watch that feint. I want to get caught up with that and then have Sendocher going around the back for the Tani Otoshi. He's just defending against something that he's not entirely happy. And he picked up a penalty for just going to ground there, Igor Vanka. Half the contest gone, no score yet. Sendocher looking to try and switch things and con Vanka into thinking that he was going to go across to the right He came across for a left-sided Tsutemi-waza, but the German was up to defending that. You can see that the Mongolians have got one of their coaching staff cleverly placed behind Daniel Gershner, the German coach. And I was just wondering if there are a few either mind games, you know, the Mongolians shouting something out, or maybe just making noise in order that the referee may think it's Daniel Gershner who's doing the coaching. I don't think they would do that. Fair play and all. Minute 20 odd left to go. Igor Vantka picks up a second penalty. Time for passivity. Just sits him on his backside there, so no score. Sumigeishi from Igor Vantka, but Sendoche comes down on his knees and on his front, so there's no score. It's good effort, right-sided. Again, another Sumigeishi effort from the German. Both good, strong efforts. But neither of them have been able to bring Sendoche down onto the scoring part of his body. It wasn't as strong. Low left-sided Marote Seanagi, but didn't move Sendoche. And that's Sendoche who thinks about the Tsutemi-waza, but it's the weakest of all the attacks that we've seen, the last 3 or 4. Doesn't trouble Vantka at all. Really has put on a lot of weight as Sendoche. Remember seeing him at 60 kilos 2 years ago. Hasn't taken him that long to get to 73. Oh, that wasn't very good. He'll be lucky to avoid picking up a penalty there. That was a poor effort from Sendoche right at the end. Yeah, but he gets away with it, and we're underway with the golden score period. Vantka takes 2 penalties into the golden score period with him, so at a disadvantage here. Single Shido would lose it for Vantka if he was to pick up a single Shido. Sendoche is Shido free, but a single score would win it for either of them, so that's probably the best route to go down. Get yourself a score. He hasn't gotten around the back yet, has he, Sendoche? With that little feint. Too far away with that Sumigeishi effort. Yeah, just about bringing him down onto his side with that modified Kataguruma effort. There was just enough there to claim a score. Sendoche Sogbata of Mongolia winning that bronze medal there. Let's have a look at the highlights and then we'll be back with the final.
Highlights on the screen.
Les ralentis de ces deux places au troisième.
Right, we come now to the final of the under 73 kilo category. Lasha Shavdatuashvili of Georgia faces Akil Zhakova of Kosovo. It's Shavdatuashvili in the white judogi, Zhakova in blue. It's a shame to start any kind of intro with Zhakova's done well to get here, because that suggests that this is as far as he's going to get. But the mountain to climb is so great against a fighter like Lasha Shavdatuashvili, who's got so much experience. The man in the middle for this one is Jean-Jacques Ruska of France. But Shavdatuashvili is really going to be a difficult opponent to get past. A first Grand Slam final appearance for Akil Zhakova of Kosovo. The Olympic champion from London in 2012 in the under 66 kilo category, and the bronze medalist from the Rio Olympics in 2016, Lasha Shavdatuashvili of Georgia. It says that the coach is Irakli Tsirakidze, but although Tsirakidze is on the Georgian coaching staff here, that is not Tsirakidze in the chair. That's Georgi Gugova, the Georgian coach. Just thought, you know, you might want to know that at home. There's a big step up for the Kosovano to take on the likes of Shavdatuashvili, number 5 in the world is Shavdatuashvili. Mind you, Zhakova, you know, no slouch at 17, down there at 17. They have not faced each other previously, so unless they've been on together at training camp or something along those lines, then it's a first for Zhakova. He's got nice throwing skills. As Zhakova. Just wondering what happened to his sister today, Nora Zhakova. I saw her name on the list earlier on. She came in as the number 4 seed, but lost out to Kim Ji-soo of the Republic of Korea, who ended up as the one of the medalists in that weight category. Bad news for the Zhakova family, with his sister losing out. Big sister in terms of age, but little sister as far as the weight. She's at 57 kilos, he's up at 73. Both fighters have picked up a penalty apiece. We've got half the contest still to come. No score as yet. Terrific effort there from Žáková. Got right past the defense of the Georgian. And what a time to score. Maybe just a little bit too much time left on the clock. You want to get that in it with 40 seconds left to go, and there's a minute 20 odd left to go. Can he burn some time on the clock? He's not going to lose it at 40 seconds. 1:11, Nelson on the board. That was a great effort there. Cross between Osodagari and Ipon Senagi going in that direction. Terrific effort from Žáková. Now got to keep the Georgian off him. There's hands on the belt. The referee will have to be careful about how long he allows. Yeah, and Shavdatuashvili is going to get called for holding onto the belt for too long. That was a amateur mistake from the Georgian. What an amazing effort this would be from Žáková if he can take this. It's 30-odd seconds left to go. He can afford to burn one penalty, and I think he's just done that there. No, he got away from it. Still time. Got to be strong in the gripping. Good movement. Big attack. Dretan Kuka, the Kosovan coach, is just living every second for his fighter out there. If he could get out there and help him, he would, but he's going to get penalised here. Yeah, overly defensive, and he's got 18 seconds to go. Just that little bit too long for comfort. He can't lose it on a penalty. If he gets thrown, he gets thrown, but don't give it up on a penalty. Should come up with one attack here. 5 seconds left, doesn't have to worry about it now. Time's ticking away. Žáková's going to do it. Žáková takes the gold medal at the Paris Grand Slam. An amazing result for so many reasons. He's been just, well, not even there. I was going to say there or thereabouts, but he's just been thereabouts, but not there. And now he arrives with a gold medal at the Paris Grand Slam. Always, I'm not going to say bridesmaid because that's going to be a bit dodgy, but given the prowess and success of Majlinda Kelmendi, he's always been playing second fiddle in, you know, the Kosovan setup. Now takes a gold medal. Sister blew out today. Bronze medal from Distria Krasniki. The man of the moment for Kosovo is Akil Žáková. What a result. He downs the big favourite, Lasha Shavdatuashvili, and he caught him well. He really did. Terrific effort from Žáková. Well, we've had some really nice stories today so far. Dario Biladid in the under 48 kilo category, the youngster Abe Uta in the 52 kilo category, Krista Deguchi in the under 57 kilo category, and now Žáková taking the gold medal in the under 73 kilo category. And we've still got France's favourite, Clarisse Agbegninu, to come against Tashiro Miku in the under 63 kilo category. But the medals are being presented in the under 57 kilo category by the General Treasurer of the International Judo Federation, Mr. Nasser Al-Tamimi. Nakota Smith-Davis of Great Britain receives her medal. Kim Ji-soo of the Republic of Korea. Silver medal goes to Yoshida Tsukasa of Japan. Gold medal goes to Krista Deguchi of Canada. She's already holding up the medal and displaying it. That's normally saved for after the medal. She can't wait for that. after the national anthem is played, but Deguchi's not waiting around. Showing it off now. Yeah, have a look at that.
And flowers will be presented by Vice President of the French Judo Federation.
Les fleurs sont remises par le vice-président de la Fédération française de judo, M. Jean-Pierre Cripet.
It was always going to be a close battle, given, you know, Deguchi's recent departure from Japan. So it wasn't as though they didn't know each other or they had completely different styles. A couple of words in Japanese from Deguchi. I wonder what they were. And now the national anthem of Canada.
Thank you very much. Family picture with VIPs and judoka.
They changed the words of the national anthem of Canada recently. Had mentioned about true patriot love in all thy sons command. They got rid of sons and made it more universal. Smith, Davis and Kim were the bronze medalists. Yoshida took the silver. Krista Deguchi, the gold medal. They all manage a smile, even Yoshida. Where's your luck? Right, one more weight category to go, and you can rest assured that there will be plenty of action. We'll start with the bronze medal contest in the under 63 kilo category. Lucy Rentschel of Great Britain faces Martina Treidos of Germany. It'll be Rentschel in the white judogi, Treidos in blue. 12 and 8, hardly anything to pick between them. Both up there in the top 20. When you get up there, that's close enough. We'll see how this one goes. And the referee in the middle for this one, I believe, is Vladimir Nutsubidze of Georgia. Yeah, there he is.
And now, please welcome the referees and the judoka.
Veuillez applaudir les arbitres et accueillir les judokas.
The number 3 in blue for Slovenia, Rio Olympic champion with gold Olympic number, Tina Terstiniak. And in white for Japan, 2017 Asian champion for the world champion, Namikura Nami.
Sur le tapis numéro 2, en bleu.
Here come the two fighters. Last slap on the back for Lucy Rentschel from Jamie Johnson. She looks a little bit threadbare, doesn't she? Lucy, you got a thread hanging off the back of her gi. I don't know whether it's from some of the stitching on the back number. Hey, doesn't matter. We're going to get underway. She's done exactly what she's done all day, Lucy Rentschel. Trapped the sleeve nice and strong earlier on, but she hasn't done anything with it. Treidos, who picked up the penalty. She was adjudged to have committed an error, and she picked up the penalty. Shock of blue hair in the crowd in the background. Always brave when you've got a spectator who comes up like that. Oh, can Treidos pick up a second penalty? Oh dear. And she stepped out earlier on. And now she goes again. 2 penalties in 30 seconds. Honestly. Martina, come on. Got to get into it. The advantage here with Lucy Renshaw now. Clean sheet. Don't get carried away and wait for Treidos to pick up another error. Came under pressure there. She will get penalised here, however. Treidos was still in Tachiwaza when Renshaw grabbed the leg. So that's the reason she picked up a penalty. If both players are in nearwaza, then you can grab the leg. But Treidos was still standing up. An error there from Renshaw. Both fighters, perfect build for this weight category. Tall enough, good long limbs. And they both like to throw. Let's see if you can come up with a score. Difficulty is that they're both extreme one side. Tyler's looking to hide the right side from Lucy Renshaw, and Lucy Renshaw looking to hide the left side from her opponent. So they're both turned side on. Got a long way round to go if you want to get across to the side that you're going to score on. He's already called Mate anyway, so there'll be no continuation into groundwork. Minute 40 odd left to go. Well, you either have to get brave and drop the hips to take Treidos back, or be first to the attack. And Renshaw picked up a penalty for passivity, so they've both been penalised twice with a little over a minute left to go. Treidos has done well to stay penalty-free for as long as she has, given that she'd picked up 2 in 30 seconds. So she's tidied things up. See, Renshaw wants to go over on that right side. It's a long way to get the hips across. Same goes for Treidos if she wants to go across on the left side. Much better if they stood square on, but neither of them are prepared to do that. It's not really the kind of battle you want to get involved with, or battle that you want to get involved in with someone like Treidos, because that's her style and she's accustomed to that. She's very effective, so you have to be careful. You run the risk of getting caught at some stage.
Tapis numéro 2, Rolando.
Right, we couldn't come up with a score in regular time, so golden score. A golden score. Not sure how long it will last. You don't know. Given as much time as you like to come up with a score, or in this case, the first to be penalised. Both fighters have got 2 penalties, so in the event that they come up with a score, then that'll end it, and whomsoever gives up a penalty would lose. She's got the legs trapped here, and as long as she can keep the legs trapped, then she'll avoid getting called, having Wasakami called, but the referee decided that that wasn't going anywhere. He called Mate. 46 seconds of golden score we've had. Really needs to have both hands on and not to get caught up in that kind of exchange where your head goes down and Traidos is more dominant. We've had a minute of golden score already. So Temi was her effort from Traidos. Renshaw was giving it the, oh, I may have got a score here, but I don't think it was. Yeah. Last couple of attacks from Traidos may have done it. Yeah, just the last few attacks from Traidos gave her the edge. It's Martina Traidos of Germany who takes that. Let's have a look at the highlights and then we'll come back with the last contest of the day. It'll be the gold medal match, the final of the under 63 kilo category. Right, we can go straight there then. Tashiro Miku of Japan faces Clarisse Agbegninu of France. It's Tashiro in the white judogi, Agbegninu in blue. Tashiro defeated Tursteniak, Baldorge and Tremblay on her way to the final. Agbegninu down Traidos, Franzen and Xue of China.
Here's the viewers. Welcome to the final for the women under 63 kilo.
Et maintenant, la finale, catégorie féminine moins de 63 kilos. Veuillez accueillir
The referee in the middle for this one is Nedim Bayat of Turkey.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes.
Veuillez accueillir les finalistes en judogi 2, représentant la France, la championne du monde, Clarisse Agbegninu.
Well, there couldn't be a better way for the French to end this. I'd love to see Agbegninu defeat the Japanese in the final. That's their best scenario. 6 times they've gone head-to-head. 6 times. And Agbegninu leads the series 5-1. However, the last occasion that they went head-to-head, which was 2 months ago at the Masters in St. Petersburg, it was Toshiro Miku who came out the winner. So Agbegninu will be looking for some, as my colleague says, Annette Berm, revenge. Let's see what happens here. Well, she's nothing if attacking. Agbegninu always likes to go forward. Big thrower. Oh, good start, good positive start from Agbegninu. With plenty of action to come in this final block. The first of the bronze medal contests in the under 48 kilo category features Munkbat Uransetsek, the former world champion, against the current world champion Tanaki Funa of Japan. It'll be Munkbat in the white judo gi, nicely balanced. Tanaki test in blue, and it was Munkbat who fell in the quarterfinal.
Yeah.
That's going to score Kang Yu Jong of the Republic of Korea.
Just about to say, you get the feeling that
Tanaki Funa fell
to unload at any moment
Ukrainian
now.
wonderkid Daria Biladid. Just the foot in, yeah, no problem with that.
We'll see. Tell you what, she was lucky
but for the
not
time
to
being,
get
we're
given. She was unlucky not to get given Ippon there.
Tanaki Funa and Munkbat Uransetsek.
What a fancy claiming Ippon for that one.
I said former world champion.
Shiro Miku lives to fight
managing
another
to
day, having been
hold
dumped
her weight really well now.
Safety area. Look at the face on
quite difficult.
Completely focused.
She struggled, but she's got that under control now.
Revenge.
And the referee in the middle for this one is Gostini Balas.
One defeat
of Hungary
out of 6.
He's had in the white judo gi. Tanaki in blue.
And I suppose she could give up the Masters if in return she could have a Grand Slam gold medal in Paris. Why not? Just catching her breath there. Almost caught her with the Sasai Tsurikomiyashi there. Oh, well, there's no doubt about that. That is an emphatic thumping from Agbegninu on Toshiro Miku. And the Bercy crowd on their feet, jumping up and down, celebrating. Great sportsmanship between the pair of them. It's not as though they don't know each other really well. Yeah, you know, you couldn't have scripted it better for the French home crowd. Last fight of the day, big French champion going up against the Japanese in the final, and the gold medal goes to the current world champion, the French fighter, and it goes in a style that is just crushing. got herself into a bad position there, Tashiro Miku. Once she steps over the can throw. Yoko Sutemi was her effort from Munkbat, just going off to the right, but she doesn't catch Tanaki. Still that single Shido. There's the little side sacrifice effort. Looked better from the other side, actually. There was really no threat there to Tanaki. She had that well covered. And rather untidily, a second penalty picked up by Munkbat now, this time for wandering out of the area. Ueno Yoshie, coach in the chair for Tanaki, the former world champion, Olympic bronze medalist. What a fighter she was at 63 kilos. Just got the timing wrong with the Olympic Games. That was the only problem for her. A double world champion, but by the time it came to London, it was a year off, maybe a year and a half off. And it was Ushka Zolnia who got the top prize there. Shuri Lee ended up with the silver, and then it was Ueno, and it escapes me who was the fourth person on the podium, for the time being anyway. Probably remember in a minute. Baljim Yam is the coach in the chair for Munkbat. Another effort, slightly better one this time, just again ending up with Tanaki on her front rather than on the side or the back. Those are the scoring areas, and Tanaki goes left-sided this time, but Munkbat's able to crush that pretty quickly. Could have been Gevry Zeman, I think about it, the French fighter. Seem to remember that lineup. Last few seconds of normal time. If they can't settle it in normal time, then there'll be a period of golden score. And we're going to get that now. So Tanaki really being made to work hard here. First losing out to Bilidid, as I say. She defeated Bilidid's teammate, Marina Cherniak, in the quarter-final. And then Melody Vaugani of France in round 2. She had a bye in round 1, did Tanaki, as did Munkbat. But it's this is the point where you really, as a top-class fighter, you really don't want to lose this one. The very least you can do is to come away with a medal. A bronze medal, well, maybe you won't feel that badly if you manage to take a medal. Just a little bit of a puff and a blow from Munkbat there. Maybe she's just trying to give the impression that she's not as tired as she is, but definitely heaving under that judogi, breathing heavily. Tanaki must have had a short break in order to tidy up a bit of blood or something. She's back on the mat now, and Munkbat with the right arm going around the waist and looking to put pressure on right from the get-go. Uchigari with the right leg. Tanaki again going over on the left side. She hasn't had the opportunity to get involved where she's been the aggressor in Niwaza. It's been Munkbat, who just stands up there holding her right arm, just grimacing a little bit. Can't be that bad, because she just threw it right over the back of Tanaki there. The first thing that she did was to use the right arm, so it can't be that bad. Again, left-sided effort from Tanaki, but it was a poor ID with the effort on the arm, and Tanaki immediately saying, hey, that can't be right. Attempted throwing technique whilst putting pressure on my arm, but the referee has already called Hajime, and they continue.
Chance to work on the arm, but it's missed. And Munkbat using the legs to try and keep Tanaki out. She manages to do that and turn on to her front and avoid getting caught up on the ground. A minute of golden score already, and it's another whack that Tanaki takes, and she immediately holds a hand to her mouth and tries to stop the bleeding, but I think it's quite a cut there on the lip. That is a look at the Japanese coach, Ueno Yoshie. Comes from a judo family. 3 sisters, I think. Masaye. I'm trying to think who the third Ueno sister was. They were all around at the same time as well. All very strong and successful. In fact, if truth be told, Yoshie was not the most successful in the family. Can you believe it? Well, Munkbat's going to have to wait for a little while before her opponent comes back to the mat. Tomoe was the other one. 2 gentlemen in the middle of the screen there on the left. Jean-Luc Rouget, the president of the French Judo Federation. He received the Légion d'Honneur of France just recently, one of the highest honors that France can bestow. And on the right-hand side, it was Marius Wiese, the president of the International Judo Federation. Just have a look and see what Tomoe did as far as a record was concerned. It was Asian champion. She was the younger of the 3, but it was Masaye, Ueno Masaye, who was the more successful of the Ueno sisters. Double Olympic champion, double world champion, and it's a surprise really that she's not in the IJF Hall of Fame. Maybe that's an upcoming suggestion. Don't have many double Olympic champions, male or female, but not happy with a grip that Tanaki Funa had on there. Maybe the referee just wants to check to see whether he's going to dish out this penalty or not. Oh, one of the strangest endings there, win by Ippon. Okay. Munkbat steps off the mat having won that one. Must have missed how that happened. Right, Munkbat Oransetseg takes that bronze medal, and on the other side it was Marina Cherniak of Ukraine who won out against Yulia Figueroa of Spain. It'll mean that Ukraine will have 2 medal winners on the podium.
Nous retrouverons également demain à partir de 16h une nouvelle animation qui vous sera proposée, présentée par Frédéric Lecanu, avec une nouvelle démonstration et une nouvelle d'une très très grande championne.
Wintry conditions, but it's nice and warm with plenty of action to.
Ouverture des portes de la Hotel Arena à 9h. Nous attendons très très nombreux pour venir encourager tous les judokas.
Arena. It may be snowing outside, or at least very wintry conditions, but it's nice and warm with plenty of action to come in this final block. The first of the bronze medal contests in the under 48 kilo category features Munkbat Uransetsek, the former world champion, against the current world champion Tanaki Funa of Japan. It'll be Munkbat in the white judogi, Tanaki in blue, and it was Munkbat who fell in the quarterfinal to Kang Yu-jong of the Republic of Korea. Tanaki Funa fell to the Ukrainian wonderkid Daria Biladid. Well, we'll see Biladid and Kang later on, but for the time being we're going to concentrate on Tanaki Funa and Munkbat Uransetsek. There is the Mongolian, as I said, former world champion, managing to hold her weight really well now. She went through a period where it was quite difficult and she struggled, but she's got that under control now. And the referee in the middle for this one is Gostiny Balas of Hungary. Munkbat in the white judogi, Tanaki in blue. Huge disappointment for Tanaki in not being able to make it to the final, and a bit of a surprise for a lot of people that she went tumbling over in such spectacular fashion to Daria Biladid. A few of us here who were not surprised, but I think many people would have been. She just manages to get things right, does Biladid. And Tanaki was on the receiving end of quite a thumping in that semi-final. Thrown for Ippon. I can't imagine that happened quite a lot in her career. Anyway, the opening few seconds out of the way, the fighter's just searching for a grip. And it's Munkbat who has a slightly more advantageous grip. Just got that right lapel, just searching for the left hand on the sleeve now. When she settles on there, then we'll see what she's got to offer up. Looking to go right-sided, but it's Tanaki who slightly untidily looks to attack on the left side, but it's more to do with getting away from the strong grip of Munkbat than putting in a genuine attack. And now it's the Mongolian who has a chance to work on the ground, and she's pretty good in the near-waza, and it was Biladid who almost caught Tanaki early on. She won't want to get wrapped up again. And she's still getting used to the idea of being pushed to the limit, despite the fact that she's got the red back patch on. That denotes that she's the current world champion. You get it for a year, or in that 1 year when you don't have a world championship. That's 2020. We won't have a world championship in 2020, so whomsoever it is will wear it for that year, and then the year after, I suppose, after the games in 2021. A nice long stretch. Munkbat picked up the penalty there. Tanaki was still standing up in tachiwaza, so she can throw. Yoko Sitemi was her effort from Munkbat, just going off to the right, but she doesn't catch Tanaki. Still that single Shido. There's the little side sacrifice effort. Looked better from the other side, actually. There was really no threat there to... A year and a half ago.
Go, Pettit.